And by being able to follow this analysis and draw out these simple repeatable steps, I was able to target this perfect area, let price trade all the way up, and take profit at the perfect place, locking in full profit for the day. All right, so most of you guys know I'm a day trader. So one of the first things that I'm doing is checking out what news is going to move the market for the day, so that I know what I can expect when I'm positioning myself and placing trades to make profit throughout the day. So one of the first things that I'm doing is pulling up a news calendar, which is basically going to show me high impact things that should have moved the market around. Now, I don't know which direction the market is going to go necessarily, but what I can do is mark off important areas that if price starts to make an indication to that direction, I can get an edge. Me as a trader, I can now start to develop a plan, and you're going to see how I implement this on the charts to hopefully be able to place some good trades. But nonetheless, we have very important news. We have US PMI coming out in about 40 minutes. So that's going to definitely impact the market in a big way, which could probably tee up a really good opportunity to place a trade. Now, since I'm day trading crypto, what I want to look at is my Bitcoin chart. And so what I'm noticing off the bat is a few things. Price has made a pretty big move to the downside, and now we're kind of sitting in this general area where the market is either going to probably make a break higher up to this area, or it's going to break off, in which case I can trade in both directions. Now, I'm also looking at the fact that where the price is exactly at this current moment is also a really important area that couldn't be broken through here, here, here. And now we're sitting once again right at that area as the New York Stock Exchange is opening. When the New York Stock Exchange opens, the market can fly around and make big moves. So that's where we're trying to primarily position our trades to take advantage of that big move on the day. I also want to see if this area is responded off of either through or to the down direction. If price wants to break down from here, this could indicate that I could play off of this area, play the market dropping lower. If we want to break up through this level, I can basically zoom in a little bit and try to play positions to the upside. Okay, and oftentimes what's going to happen is this previous day high and lows are going to be areas where there's something called a draw in liquidity. So it wouldn't be surprising to have momentum into either one of these directions. My job as a trader is to be able to react to whatever happens, set ourselves up, and find good trade opportunities along the way using this analysis. All right, so we have about 30 minutes until market opens. So I'm gonna have a coffee, get over to the desk, set things up, and then I'm gonna show you how I look for trades to hopefully find the first trade of the day. All right, I actually ran out of coffee, so water is gonna do it. This is what I'm doing when I'm setting up for my trading session. So you can see here, I have my main chart. This is where I'm going to be finding all of my trade setups. Here's where I'm going to be executing all of the positions. And then here is where I'm journaling my performance for the day. Over here on my other monitor, this is where I have my view of what's going on with the general market. This was the analysis that we drew out earlier this morning here. You can see prices now starting to move up here. So this blue area is kind of where I'm looking to see Bitcoin trade into. If we can see a response off of this sort of more zoomed out picture, that's going to allow me to find smaller, more zoomed in trades to take. And that's what I'm going to be looking to do right out of the gate. Now, one of my favorite pairs to trade is Solana. So what I'm doing now is going down into a really zoomed in view. In this area right here is showing me where the pre-market starts for the New York Stock Exchange. And then right at 9:30 is where we're going to get a lot of movement. And that's where we're going to be starting to look for our first setups. So this gray area, as soon as we see a red dotted line, that means that New York is open. What I'm looking for is an increase in market participation. So I want to see these volume bars increase. Then I'm going to wait for an opportunity in a setup. Okay, and I'm just going to show you basically what I'm looking for. One thing that I'm seeing right now is that price attempted to break through this previous day low here and did something called swept it. So price rejected hard off of here and then changed directions. So in situations like this, now that it's 9:30, I want to see if we get a big push up through this area. And that's going to be one of the first indications that I'm looking for a trade setup. And you'll see kind of what I start to do here. Okay, so price just rejected really hard off of that area. So now I'm looking to see what the price is going to do at this area. Is it going to commit to go lower, or is it going to commit higher? And is there an opportunity for me to enter? And I'll show you what I would do. All right, so right off the bat, the market sort of dumped down in this direction, didn't give me my perfect setup that I was looking for. And now what I've done is waited for one of my setups to happen. So price rejected off of this area, closed above a new high here. And now we have a what's called bullish fair value gap. where I've set my position up. So for me, if price comes down to this area, I'm risking 1500, but if it's able to move up to this area, that's going to be 3.58 times the 1500, which will give me a trade outcome of this amount if I'm right. All right, so we just entered. So now I should see a flip off of this area. Starting to get a nice push up through that area. It's exactly what we're looking to see. I want to see one of these candles push up and close beyond this area before I'm moving this position to break even. All right, so we're starting to get another push over this high. What I want to see is for this candle in the next 15 seconds to close above this high here, which still looks like may not get. Starting to get a big push up. We should be able to get our close here. I actually put my risk down to 125.36. So I drew my drawing wrong, but now I have a candle close above this high. So this is where I'm going to reduce my risk down to break even. So now basically I can't lose any money. And now we're just going to see how we can manage this to the upside. All right, we're up about 3K right now. Okay, I'm going to take half this position off now that we're retesting this previous day low. So I locked in about $1,500, risk-free trade. This looks like a heavy area of resistance, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take the entire position off. All right, so we are completely out of this trade. Not a massive trade, but what I was looking for was the market to bounce off of a critical area. Like we were drawing out this morning, we wanted to see price trade to one of these previous day high or lows, which it did, and then flip. That's what caused me to take my long position. But now you can see price is trading into a heavy resistance area, which is why I took profit there. And you can see this is where price ended up kind of making that high and now making its way down lower. So I was able to lock in 32 on that trade. I journaled in all of my data. So now I'm just going to wait to see how the market shakes out and look for trade number 2 now. All right, so this trade that we ended up taking earlier ran like crazy and had a really big move up. So I was sort of letting the market play out a little bit. Wanted to wait for the full development, wait for the next critical area to be hit. You'll also see that based off of our macro analysis that we did this morning, this is the exact midpoint that was contacted that we were targeting, previous day low, previous day high in that point of interest that we drew this blue square at. We finally came up and responded into that and are now reversing off of the midpoint of it. Additionally, you can see price responded support, resistance, and then price came up, hit off of this area again as resistance. So then what I wanted to do is target something called an inverse fair value gap, where we have a bullish fair value gap invalidated to the downside, targeting the midpoint, seeing if we can break below this local low now. Okay, so I have my risk contained. So if price shoots up and continues moving higher for the day, that's going to be my risk. But if we continue to trade back down now, I can hopefully make 4 times what I'm risking. So now we just got to see if price can make a drop down. All right, so you can see we got a really nice response off of that area. Okay, we still got this area fully rejecting. All right, so now my trade is going to go to break even. So there's 0 risk on the table, and I'm just gonna see how low this can trade and see if we can target down to previous day low. I'm gonna go take half the position. Currently, we're up about 2.28 risk factors. So we're gonna lock in about 1,700 here. All right, so the rest of the position just got closed out here at break even. We got a really big reversal here. Okay, so I lost a little bit to fees here. So I ended up locking in another $1,100 on that position. Okay, we flew back up to retest this area. Okay, so we're doing well so far. We locked in 43, 2 trades. Off of our macro analysis, we did come test this previous day low, and now all the way up to this previous day high. So if this can respond off of this previous day high in reverse, now I might be able to set up another position. So I'm going to monitor this, grab some lunch, and see if we can find trade number 3. All right, so I'm taking trade number 3 here. What I'm looking at is basically the fact that we have this level sort of hanging out here that was support, flipped it, resistance, broke up. We're having a little bit more of a gradual consolidation here. Okay, and this level was just broken, and we're testing the opposite side of it at the exact same time that there's a nice big fair value gap here. All right, so I just locked in partials. Got a big move up now. My next target is going to be this previous day high level like we talked about. All right, so I decided to take lunch a little bit late. I'm just sort of shooting TikToks, trading. Trade's still running. You can see I got all my different screens going, but I'm still targeting that higher area here. We have about 4,500 floating, so zero risk on the table. I ordered Uber Eats, which should be arriving in about 30 minutes. I don't know why it's taking so long. But what I typically do within my day is once the trades are running, I'm working on other things. So I just had a call with my web designer. I'm talking with people on the team, with my private trading community. And with day trading, I'm basically able to work for, 2 to 3 hours in the morning, get things moving, and then I can spend the afternoon doing meetings and working on entrepreneurial things and working on sort of my other stuff. So I'm gonna do some work, have some lunch when it comes, and then I'm gonna hit an afternoon workout. We'll see if we're still in the trade or not. The good thing about being a day trader is you can go to the gym when other people are at work. Whenever I pull up to the gym in the afternoon at like 3 p.m., nobody's there. So I can work out, come back, and by the time everyone's rushing to get into the gym, I'm off to dinner. But I wanna see if I can make today's trading session a 5-figure day. So we're gonna see how it goes, but for now, I'm gonna wait till my sandwich gets here. All right, so I have my Subway here. I'm firing up the Xbox. The trade is running. I don't have any meetings right now or anything. Usually this time of day, market sort of slows down. So if I'm in a trade, I just sort of kick back and let the trade play out over time. If it stops us out for break even, that's fine. If it continues moving, that's great. But now I can basically hang out and relax for a bit, go to the gym, and then I'll get into a deep work session tonight. But that's one of the best parts about day trading is if you're an entrepreneur, you have free time to do other things. Working 2 to 3 hours, be able to make more than what a lot of people make working for an entire month, frees you up to be able to build things, do different things. And that's really what made me obsessed with mastering this skill. When I was 19, I dropped out of college. I went all in on this. I failed for a long time, but I promise you, sometimes I can't even fathom the fact that I'm sitting in my apartment right now, making YouTube videos, documenting this entire journey. But I promise you, if you're into trading, you're just getting started, or you've been doing it, it is a long journey. It's okay to be difficult, but I promise you, on the other side of that, will really allow you to become who you should be. So right now, I'm just gonna play some golf and then go to the gym in a bit. We'll see if we can hit profit on this trade, and we'll see if I can win this golf round. Say what's up for the vlog.
What's up, vlog? We're about to play a little bit of PGA. We'll cap off the Friday.
Hell yeah. So unfortunately, trade came down, stopped the rest of the position out for break even. So in total, this yielded me a little over 2,000 for this trade. So I'm up 6,600 right now. I went 3 for 3 on the day. Definitely doesn't always happen, but we were very selective and honestly got some luck in our direction. See, I told you, like, basically nobody here. All right, so I'm back from the gym. Usually at this point, this is where I'm kind of just locking in, getting some deep work done. I'm actually doing some work here with Cosmo, just working on infrastructure and team building for the private team. Okay, usually at this period, I'm also looking for some trades. It's Friday, so markets are pretty dead. Okay, the reason for this is because the Asian markets don't open because it's the weekend. Markets are not really moving around that much. It's about 7:30 right now. I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna go into the city, get some dinner. All right, so I just arrived back from dinner. Since today is Friday, volume really never re-entered into the market. So the movement sort of died out here. There was really no true opportunities to get into the market. After all said and done, I was able to make $6,600 on the day. All right, and it wasn't a flashy day, really nothing crazy. What I will say about day trading is that you don't need anything crazy special. Most of it is up here, and that's what takes the most amount of time, is to be able to control up here and execute what you need to execute. Everybody's trading the same information. The difference between a successful trader and a non-successful trader, it's how they're able to actually execute the things that they know they should execute on, maintain discipline, and not let their emotions drag them down and end up hurting them in the long run. So I wanted to show you guys a realistic day inside my life. If you like the video, let me know in the comments. Also hit the like button, subscribe if you want to know when I put content out. If you want to dive more into trading content, I'll put some stuff right here for you guys. Much appreciated. Until the next time, I will see you all in the next video.